Are your parents visiting you in the US? Or are you planning a trip here with a known health condition? As you are exploring visitors' health insurance plans, it can feel overwhelming when there are existing health conditions to consider. That's why in this video, we will be explaining what pre-existing conditions mean in travel insurance terms, what coverage options are available, and how you can choose a plan that best fits your needs. Let's start with the basics. A pre-existing condition is any health issue that existed before the start date of your travel insurance policy. This could be anything between a chronic illness like diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, or heart disease, a previous surgery or hospitalization, or even symptoms that haven't yet been diagnosed. If the person has been treated, diagnosed, or is taking medication for a condition before your travel insurance policy begins, it's generally considered pre-existing. So, what coverage is available for pre-existing conditions? There are travel insurance plans that offer coverage for unexpected or worsening of pre-existing conditions, but be sure to check if your plan specifically covers pre-existing conditions. The plan may come with certain eligibility requirements like age or purchase timing, cost limits on how much is covered, specific definitions of what counts as pre-existing conditions, so make sure to review the details of your coverage. That said, if covering an existing condition is important to you, it's absolutely possible to find a plan that helps. You just need to know where to look and how to read the fine print. At Visitors Coverage, we make that part easier. You can filter plans by those that offer this kind of coverage and compare them side by side. We even have a team of licensed insurance specialists to help point you to the best plan for your condition. A discussion about pre-existing conditions wouldn't be complete without talking about acute onset of pre-existing conditions. You will see this type of coverage more often on plans. You might be thinking, isn't that the same thing as pre-existing conditions? It sure sounds like it, but unfortunately, it isn't the same as pre-existing conditions coverage, but it can still help for travelers with a medical history. Acute onset means a sudden or unexpected flare-up of a cleared condition that requires urgent care. Ultimately, the doctor treating you can determine if it's acute onset. But typically, an acute onset is a condition that is not ongoing and must happen unexpectedly without warning. Acute onset coverage isn't designed to cover existing or ongoing conditions. For example, let's say your dad felt a sudden pain in his knee and went to urgent care. He hadn't had any treatment or taken medication for anything similar in the past 10 years. At the appointment, he mentioned a fall from over a decade ago that might have been related, but he wasn't sure. The doctor diagnosed it as an acute flare-up of a pre-existing condition, since the injury had been stable for so long. This would have not been a pre-existing condition because the injury was treated years ago and was cleared from treatment prior to traveling. It's also important to note that every plan defines the benefit differently. Some require treatment within 12 to 24 hours. That's why reading each plan's acute onset criteria is so important. Here's a simple way to look at all of this. If you want coverage for ongoing conditions like follow-ups or flare-ups on a known health issue, look for plans that specifically cover pre-existing conditions. If you mainly want to be protected for unexpected medical emergencies related to a known condition, a plan with an acute onset of pre-existing conditions coverage may be a good fit. Health insurance for a visit to the US doesn't have to be complicated. We're here to help make your decision a little easier. If you have any questions, our team of licensed travel insurance specialists are here to explain your options and walk you through the process from start to finish. Safe travels and take care.